Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is a banging video that I reckon is going to open a lot of eyes because I did not plan on doing this up until earlier today. Weirdly enough, I forgot about this piece of news that I'm going to show you, we're going to analyse, but it's completely, I think, intertwined perfectly with what Chelsea need to do if the reports are true based on the video that I done yesterday. If you remember, I told you that Chelsea and Roman Abramovich is looking to hire a brand new sporting director, a director of football. And then I saw a few of your comments on that video yesterday and a name kept popping up. And I thought, I got to check this. And I've checked it. And I'm mind blown. I'm taken back, and I think it's an opportunity for Chelsea to possibly repeat something they've done in the past. We'll get into it. Before I do though, a couple of things. Firstly, this video is brought to you and sponsored by the OneFootball app. Make sure you hit the link in the description to download the OneFootball app today for all of your footballing needs, your news, your statistics, your league standings, your fixtures, your results, your whatever you need. It's there in the OneFootball app. So make sure you hit that link in the description. Do it now. Enjoy, just like I do. Secondly, brand new FIFA 22 Chelsea Career Mode Episode 9 is live on my second channel, Younes Talks. So you can check that out right here. Make sure you hit that link after you're done with this video and enjoy, because I think I might be turning the situation around after a cagey few episodes where it looked like I was on the brink of getting sacked. I think things are about to start going well. Anyway, make sure you check it out. Leave a sub, leave a comment, hit a like, and much appreciated. Now, let's get into this. Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, I explained yesterday, is looking to hire a sporting director. And that could happen this summer. But it would be a beneficial move. Now, the name that was rumoured, and I explained in yesterday's video, was Ramon Planes. That's the ex-Barcelona director. Even though he's deemed as the ex-Barcelona director, he was only there for just under 2 years. It's barely anything. And he was there during the chaos at Barcelona. Now, I personally looked at that and thought, I've got doubts, but I'm also, I'm open to the idea of having a sporting director. That would be great. It would lift the load of Marina. It would lift the load of Petr Cech. Plus, it would kind of bring the structure that I think a top club needs in order to succeed consistently. We need that. We don't have a sporting director. And it would actually help the scouting department too. The scouts would start to get their acts together because there'll be someone above their heads telling them from a football perspective exactly what they need to do. I had a few of you in the comments pinpoint to me, Younes, Michael Edwards, Younes, Edwards is leaving Liverpool, Younes, Liverpool sporting director, he's leaving. And I thought, okay, well, let's check this, because Liverpool, as of recently, have been, really successful, super consistent, great team, great manager, great signings, great business. Everything at Liverpool is running like a well-oiled machine. So I was like, you know what? Let's pick the brains and see exactly who's behind all of this. So I went through your recommendations and I had a look at Michael Edwards. And then I came across a piece of news. And that was from November. Now, whether I glanced upon it and didn't pay too much attention to it, cool, but you guys pinpointed it to me in yesterday's video in the comments, has allowed me to check it out. We're going to run through it together, and this is why I think Chelsea need to move for Michael Edwards this summer. Let's get into it. The news from November, Liverpool sporting director Michael Edwards to step down in summer 2022. Julian Ward named as successor. Now, I just want to point this out. Julian Ward is currently the assistant or the deputy, correct title, deputy sporting director at Liverpool. This is the structure that Liverpool have, which is fantastic. They've got an entire flipping hierarchy of proper footballing roles that are allowing that club to function properly in terms of the football side of things. Beautiful. This guy has had a deputy, and now that deputy is going to take over. It means it's someone that is going to be taking the role that completely understands what has worked. He's worked at the club under the successful sporting director. He knows the ins and outs. He knows the processes. All he has to do is keep it going and implement some new ideas. Fantastic structure at Liverpool. Anyway, Michael Edwards is leaving in this summer 2022. That's Michael Edwards there. And it goes on to say, Liverpool sporting director Michael Edwards has confirmed he will step down from his position at the end of the season. Edwards first joined Liverpool in November 2011. So he's been there for just over 10 years. And what I liked about Michael Edwards is the letter that he released to Liverpool fans. Apparently back then, I don't know whether I didn't pay attention to it or none of us really paid much attention to it, but now that Chelsea are involved, let's have it right, because we're after a sporting director apparently, I'm all ears. He wrote a letter to Liverpool fans explaining a couple of things into, how great it's been over 10 years and whatnot, and, he goes into detail about the success. But this quote that I have put on the screen now for you. That's how I believe businesses, football clubs, stay ahead. You need to evolve. And at the heart of this kind of process is always people. That evolution has always been central to Liverpool's history, and I hope that is the one thing that doesn't change. He is leaving. As the quote before says, over my time here, we have changed so many things, hopefully for the better, but someone new brings a different perspective, new ideas, and can hopefully build on or change the things that have been put in place beforehand. He is talking about leaving after 10 years and that being a necessary step for the club to remain successful. If he stays there, the old saying, you can either leave a hero or stay long enough to become a villain, or to die as a villain. That's the kind of way of looking at it. You leave after you've done everything that you possibly can, and you allow someone new to come in and take it further. You pass the baton on and you allow someone to drive more success in because you've taken it as far as you possibly can. And that tells me everything I need to know about him. As an individual, as a professional, that tells me everything. And I think he is absolutely correct, and I think he's genuine, and I think that he is of a perfect mindset for someone to succeed in his role. And he's done just that at Liverpool. Now, what I want to bring to your attention is, what has he done at Liverpool? Since he's been at the club, what has he done? Who has he brought in? He's been at Liverpool since 2011. However, he's been in the role as sporting director since 2016, since just after Klopp joined Liverpool as manager. And since that point, we have to analyse who has he brought in, because as sporting director, you have the responsibility. It's your job in terms of transfers, in terms of players that are going to be coming in terms of keeping the scouting department on their toes. Now, one thing about him is that he was a scout previously, not at Liverpool, but previously. I think he worked at Tottenham. I think he also worked at Portsmouth. But he's been in and around scouting departments, and he knows exactly what's required. Now, as sporting director, he oversaw the players that came into Liverpool, who I'm going to list very, very shortly. Let's get into it. Let's see who he's brought into Liverpool and who he's allowed to leave. What business has he done? So, without further ado, here it is. Liverpool's incomings during Michael Edwards' era. Look at this list. Just look at this list. There's 3 pages here of names. Chamberlain, Robertson, Mo Salah. You only need to hear that and you get the gist. Van Dijk, Alisson, brought in Shaqiri, did let him go eventually. If we go into page 2, Naby Keita, Fabinho, you look even further, Diogo Jota, Thiago. These are players that are all currently still in the team and establishing themselves. Tsimikas as good depth. Let's have it right. Ibrahima Konate. That's fantastic. That is a very, very well-fledged bunch of players that he's managed to help bring into the club to take the club where it is at the moment. Alongside that, some youngsters, you're looking at Harvey Elliott, for example, some other, little names that we don't know too much about at the moment. Dominic Solanke, another one who obviously left. But you look at the players that he's also managed to get out of the club and who he's managed to get rid of. Sacco, just look at the change. You look at what Klopp walked into, and then you look at, the players that have managed to leave in that time. Sacco, in terms of other players, let's go down this list. Coutinho for 146 million. That was a mad transfer. And with that money, he managed to bring in Alisson, Van Dijk, etc. So he knows what he's doing in that department. Danny Ward, again, look, loads of Deadwood. Emre Can, Deadwood, just Deadwood. Flanagan, Deadwood. Players that were not going to take Liverpool to the next level. Daniel Sturridge, with all due respect, because he played for us, but still. Deadwood. Solanke managed to make some money from him. 19 million in. Mignolet, you remember Mignolet. Moreno. These are all players that were kind of in the first team. Let's have it right. They were playing first team football at Liverpool when Klopp walked into the club. Danny Ings. There's Brewster, Hoever. All sorts of players here. All sorts of players. Adam Lallana, Lovren. You remember Lovren? Shaqiri, obviously letting him go eventually, even though he didn't spend too long at the club. And most recently, Wijnaldum to PSG on a free. They managed to do that. They afford to do that. So, in terms of this, fantastic. But what I want to point out is the structure that Liverpool have. You look at who they're bringing in now, Julian Ward. He's joined Liverpool in 2012, not long after Michael Edwards. And for quite some time, he's been underneath Michael Edwards as his deputy. So I find that remarkable because at Chelsea, we don't even have one sporting director, let alone a flipping deputy. It's absolutely fantastic. But the players he's managed to bring in and help take Liverpool to the next level and enable Jurgen Klopp to build the side that he wanted to build, beautiful, beautiful. So I have to ask, Michael Edwards is leaving Liverpool this summer because he feels that he has to. He didn't extend his contract. That was the whole thing. He decided not to extend. Liverpool wanted to extend. Liverpool tried to keep him. They couldn't. He turned it down respectfully. Everyone's on good terms. There's no bad blood. Everything's been nice. Everything's worked like a very well-oiled machine. And he's leaving with his head held high, having done a fantastic job. Job done. Beautiful. Is he looking for a new challenge? If he is, I've already seen that apparently he's not going to Newcastle because Newcastle have kept eyes on him, and rightfully so. If Newcastle are looking to take themselves to the upper end of the Premier League table with all the money that they have, he's the perfect guy to bring in. But Chelsea have done this before. This is where we've been there and we've worn that t-shirt. You remember in 2004, Roman Abramovich buys Chelsea Football Club, or 2003 technically, but he comes in, buys Chelsea Football Club, and then first thing he does, Peter Kenyon. You remember Peter Kenyon? Peter Kenyon was a director at Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson. And Roman Abramovich brought him in. Why? Because he was successful at Manchester United. All the big job he done at Man United to help Alex Ferguson achieve what he managed to achieve. Peter Kenyon was a huge part of that. Chelsea went that guy. He's going to bring in success. He's going to help us, steer the club in a proper way in order to compete for trophies and remain at the highest level for us to change ourselves into the best. Not trying to be the best, we are going to be the best. Peter Kenyon was the man that helped make that happen. And to be honest, not just helped make it happen, he was the one that steered Chelsea to make it happen. So we've been there and done it in terms of bringing in someone from a top club. This could be another opportunity. And after my video yesterday, I'm looking at this and I'm going, Michael Edwards is stepping down. We don't even need to talk to Liverpool. We can just talk to him. Chelsea would be stupid to not attempt to bring Michael Edwards to Chelsea Football Club this summer as the brand new sporting director. He is in the market. He's up for grabs. Chelsea must do everything they can to get this guy. Get this guy. Imagine this guy. You look at what he's done for Klopp. Look what he can do for Tuchel. Tuchel's in the perfect position now in terms of trying to change the team for what he wants, trying to bring his blueprint now, his players. Just like Michael Edwards done for Jurgen Klopp, he can come to Chelsea and do for Thomas Tuchel. It could not be better timing. There could not be better timing than this. So Chelsea, go and get Michael Edwards this summer. That's my message for this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree or disagree? Your points, what you want to make, let me know. I'd love to hear it. But thank you all so much. Don't forget to check out my FIFA Chelsea career mode video that I've already mentioned. You can click that link right there. And hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. And I'll see you later. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care. And peace.